So, how we going all? People will jump in online soon, which should be great. Hey Bob, welcome to the live. You want to put that link up for me? Connie, welcome Paul. Welcome Paul. Lena May, hello Paul. I'm well, everyone. Welcome back to the channel again. It has been a while since I've done a live. Just having a look at something on my phone. Sorry if it's rude.
Where's Zilda?
Ah, well, Zilda. Hello, Paul. I always get confused with your name, reading it and saying it, so I do apologise for Zilda. I'd love to find a nickname for you and make it a little bit easy. So, guys, it's been a while since I've done a live. I hope everyone has been well in the time that I have been gone. And I hope everyone's doing well. So, how was everyone tonight? What are you up to? Where are you coming from? How's life in your neck of the woods? Joyce, hello Paul, how are you? Good to see you, thanks for coming. Just move that over a little bit. Hopefully it's... Lester, hello Paul, how are you? Anna, hello Paul. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of photos of late. I've been busy with Emily. Hello Paul. Being a little bit busy with Shy. Hello. Been busy with work and haven't really got out and done some photos lately. As of late, I have been getting back into doing geocaching, and you would have seen a little video of that this morning before work. So I'm very... Thanks everyone for sharing. It's lovely that you have shared. Alina May, hello. Yeah, Madam Julie's here. Watching while cooking. What are you cooking, Emily? Jem, hello, Paul. How's the house building going? Did you end up finishing the extension that you were building, the bathroom, I think it was? So, yeah, I haven't done any real photos as of late. I'm being a little bit distracted with work, and I haven't done any photos. I haven't got out and about, which I need to do more of. Julie's getting ready with her pickup lines again. I put an order in the other day for a canvas print. If everyone remembers the frangipani photo that I did, I've got a copy of that coming, which would be really nice to see. It's going to be a really big one, actually. It's going to be a 60 centimeters by 90 centimeters, so really good to see how that turns out on a canvas. Cooking. What are you cooking, Paul? Loudon, hello, Paul. How are you? No signal. It's always bad signal where you are, Emily. So, Richard, hello. How are you, Paul? It's good having everyone on. It's good to see everyone coming on. Okay. Haven't tried that one yet. So did anyone see that video that I put up on the channel this morning? Just wondering, like, it was very nice. I was on Markwilla Beach before work. And yeah, I was doing a bit of geocaching before work. I only did one, but pickup lines. There's so many to do, and I'm torn on whether I'm going to start another channel just for geocaching with my brother, or if people would love to see the videos of the geocaching on the main channel that I've got, where I do my photography and stuff like that. So this is one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about today, to get your ideas on whether you are okay with having the geocaching videos as well as the other videos of photography and weekend things with my son and other different things. Like, yeah, the Markwilla Beach it's very lovely, very nice place. The water didn't look too crash up this morning. It was very choppy, very I would say there was some pretty rippy areas there, so you'd have to be really careful if you're swimming there. Mama. My niece just messaged me. Hey, sweetie. Marlon. She's probably watching. I haven't seen her name pop up yet. Yeah, no, like there's people here that's watching or that is in the here at all, but I can't really see who's actually watching, who's not. So it's a little bit hard to tell who's here, who's not. But yeah, the I like doing this geocaching, and it's very interesting. And there's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about on the channel, and see what everyone's opinion is of it, and whether I can put up the geocaching videos on the main channel, or it wouldn't go down. Alright, sweetie. We'll chat after. Alright. So, actually, just give me a sec. I'll see if I can find something. Here they are, here they are. My little trackles. I gotta set them up and set them loose. Alright, we'll talk about these in a second. So, a long lost daughter. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to jump onto the bigger screen and we're going to talk a little bit about this geocaching. So just bear with me for a sec. I'll just boom. Oops. No. Ah, damn you. Why did you have to be a pain? And I'll fix this up. Okay, I think that's semi better. Probably, yeah, still too wide. I've got to shrink it down a bit. Trying to do this on the fly, it's always fun. Try to do something and I stuff it up. Oh, here's what it is, and we will work through this and get it right. There we go. Now that seems fine. Alright, so let's try this again. Alright, and we're back. Okay, so now everyone can see the screen that I'm looking at. Boo, Johnson. A little ghost. So this is geocaching, guys. This is on the computer. You can actually download it on your phone, and that's what I've got it on. I've got it on an app as well on my phone. And while you're out and about, so well, you can't really see it because of the glare, but hang on, there we go. Still too much glare. Yeah, there you go. You can see the app on my phone. So there is in geocaching there is about 2.6 million plus in the world, and it started off, I don't know how many years ago. A group of people started doing this, and it's like the modern day treasure hunting, and it's very fun to do. And it can take you to some very interesting places. And I would love to do more of it. And I would love to do geocaching in the Philippines. And yes, there is geocaches in the Philippines. I will get to that in a second. On the screen, as you can see right now, this is my local area right here. Like, this is a Sunshine Coast. So I'll see if I was right now. I'm working. Okay, so that's the one I did this morning. This one here, Markwilla Sounds 1. That's the one I did this morning. So what you got to see this morning was this this part of the beach here. I've done this one here, Hamish, which is a park down from work. I'm working just over here at the moment. I did this one the other day. It's quite fun. Loves painting. Well, there is the competition still going for May, the canvas prints. So maybe someone will get lucky, or 3 people are going to get lucky, and who that may be yet, I am not sure. But that's actually coming up in 10 days, 11 days for the draw. So yeah, should be interesting. So with geocaching, the funny thing is, it's everywhere, and you wouldn't even know it. Like, you'd literally walk past it unless you knew what you were looking for. You would literally walk past it. And it's funny because they say to 10 million and up. It'd be amazing just to see 5,000, 10,000 people on my channel. But hey, 10 million, it's not unachievable, but it's highly unlikely. So 10 million people would follow me. But I got my brother into it, geocaching. He's watching at the moment. He's out at Gilmiri. So let's bring up Gilmiri. This is where we were working while I was away. Oh, speaking of Gilmiri, you remember the live that I did out at Gilmiri? Well, apparently one of the local town members seen my live that I did of Gilmiri for you guys, and they actually shared it on their local community page, which was quite good. It was really interesting that they shared it. So hang on, I'll just zoom out a little bit. So this is where I live down here. Down here. And I was working up this way and then out that way. Gilmiri is where we were working. So I'm going to zoom in on Gilmiri and I'll pull it up. Now, there's a couple of caches out there. Well, there's actually a lot more than a couple, as you can see. we went out one afternoon. This is when I was showing my brother John how to do some caches and doing geocaches. Well, I call it geocaching, but it's geocaching. And there's a couple in the town there, as you can see them. So everyone remembers that photo that I took while I was out there. This is where the photo was actually taken. Right here is the Boat Mountain Conservation Park. So it's a bit of a hill there. It's hard to see. I could probably switch it over to satellite. There we go. So it's a bit of a hill there, and I was actually looking out this way here for the valley shot, and yeah, someone went through and they put these little smiley faces tell you that you actually have found the geocaches. I do apologize to everyone. Like, I do understand that a lot of people are going to get nosebleeds with me talking about it, but I just find this is a very fascinating hobby. Even you guys can do. You can download the app on your phone, on your smartphone, and you can go and do it in your local area. There's not as many in the Philippines as what there is in Australia, but one thing I would love to do would be to make more geocaches for the Philippines, in the Philippines. I will have a look in that area, like thinking I know where roughly that is. GeoMates. Have you made it already, John? Did you make it up? So no. Okay. I haven't looked at setting up the channel yet or not. So, but these are just a lot. There's a lot in the area. Like, that's just my local area, and there's a lot of different caches to do. I would love to be able to make a heap for the Philippines and get it. Jenny, hello, Paul. Welcome. Shout out to you. I would love to be able to get a community going in the Philippines doing this, because it's so much fun. And if you do it in a way where you download the app, make the basic caches, anyone can do it for free. So you could really get together and have fun with your kids and do it. So 50-50 Popo. No, there's probably the ambulance because the hospital's just over there. But let's have a look. I'm going to zoom. Oh, let's zoom it in. Zoom out. Let's go up to the Philippines. Let's go for... If it was this easy to travel to the Philippines, I'd be in love. Alright. So... let's zoom into the Philippines. So, I know there's a few in Manila. Now, I'm going to search this. See how there is dots around the Philippines. Not as many as what there is in Australia, but they are in the Philippines. So, in Manila, there's a few, and I would love to make more and place them around the Philippines. Oh, pickups. So let's have a look. Just trying to no search. So there's not too many over in this area of the Philippines. And this is the thing, like, this can be such a fun thing to do for everyone. I'll get all of them one day. Pokemon. I had an idea. Now, I wanted to. I was thinking about it the other day. Alright. Julie lives in Subic. Yeah, well, there is one down your way. There you go. It's close to Pacific. So there is some there. I'd love to put more there. What are you talking about, John? From the Visayas. Ah, yes. There is some down there. Shout out to Bohol, all the people in Bohol. And guess what? Bohol, you have actually got quite a fair few on your island. So, Bohol, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 geocaches on your island. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. Isabel. Okay. Now, I am not 100% sure where Isabella is. I think that's up in the north. Am I correct or am I wrong? I'm thinking it's up this way somewhere. Richard. So yeah, there should be a feature here. Here we go. It'll give me a bit better. Okay. Hang on. Give me a second. I will type in. Western Visayas. My bad. Sorry. I was looking in the wrong area. So, unfortunately, the nearest one is down here for Isabella. And this is the thing. This is such an amazing game to do, an amazing hobby to do, that you can do literally worldwide. You can do it in your home country, and this is the thing. I would love to get it going more in the Philippines and put them everywhere. But the hardest thing would be actually, I'd have to have people in the Philippines that were willing to do the maintenance on these caches. And by maintenance, it's just putting a log in there, changing a log if it gets filled up or something like that, or just checking on it and make sure that it's still in the same area that we put it. Because they say that you got to maintain it. And hang on, just going to search a couple more areas for you guys. It is fun, and I will do some videos just and put them up for you guys on the channel, so you can. Emily, is that down in Deval, or you're up in the central Luzon? Two different ones. And if you're up in the central one, Luzon, there's actually one in your area, which is there. It's air and water. So there is one up in your area. Let's have a look at that one. So nothing in your area, Paul. And I know there's not as many that I'm finding for you guys, like because it's not as big. So let's zoom out, and we'll go search this area. So this is like up on Baguio. There's a couple up there. We go up here. There's a couple up the north. Place Julie wants to go. Patangas. Nothing up there. Now, this would be interesting. Just people actually, when they get into this hobby, they will travel planning holidays with this hobby. There was a guy here in Australia a couple of years ago. He actually traveled to America and did a 30-day holiday over there and traveled through 26 states geocaching. And he met a bunch of people across the world over there while he was doing it. Down in this area, I actually had a look for the people in Dumaguete. There is actually one in town. Well, it's actually not in Dumaguete. It's down to the south of Dumaguete, but there is one nearby. Darwin. There is one in Darwin, and I'm trying to think of things for the Philippines. My love for the Philippines it's deep inside. Like I want nothing but the best for the Philippines. I want to try and find things to help the Philippines. Like, let's get real for a second. Now, me and Julie had this conversation once before. I'm not gonna deny that I haven't done something similar. The biggest thing for the Philippines is sexpats. At the end of the day, most Southeast Asia, a lot of single men will travel to the Philippines looking for girls and stuff like that. I will not deny that I haven't done it before. And if I wasn't with Julie and I didn't come across her, I would probably be doing the exactly same thing, traveling around, enjoying it, enjoying the local women and everything like that. Now, I'm being realistic, guys. I'm being real. I'm being honest. I'm not hiding anything. That is the major thing for the Philippines, is a lot of people doing that. Tourism is the biggest thing. Is the next biggest thing, bringing into the country. Now, I would love to have geocaching take off in the Philippines and have the locals, the Filipino people, enjoying this at the same time and making this a big thing, because you can do it for free. You really can. Some of these caches that you are seeing on my screen, yes, I have bought the premium version of this because it was only so many dollars for me for a year, so I bought the premium. But what I'd like to do is do the basic caches for the Philippines and make basic ones where anyone on a free app can find these. Now, if everyone can get behind this and make this a big community thing and get it out there for the world to know, hey, look, we love geocaching, and we're starting to build more and put them out there. It's really fun because you literally feel like a modern day pirate looking for treasure hidden, and like I'll go to other countries in a minute and I'll show you. Like, I'll take you down to Bali. So Bali's in Indonesia, but Bali on an island. I had a look just before while I was coming up with this this live and setting it up. There's a lot in Bali. Last time I was in the Philippines, I talked to Julie about doing geocaching. I wanted to do some, but I never got around to doing it. Now, if we could get a heap of people behind this and starting it up, I tell you guys about it, you tell your friends about it, they tell their friends about it, and you can get it into a way that it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and grows and grows and grows. Whether you grow it in your area and you spread it out and share the love with this amazing hobby, it could become something. I think there's about 200 caches in the Philippines, which is a low number. Like, I've got probably more than 200 in a 100-kilometer radius in Australia here around where I am. Well, that's the thing, Lazilda. That is the thing. You get to Nola. Yeah, I know you from Dumageddon. I remember seeing you come up on the page. Dumageddon was actually the very first place that I visited in the Philippines. There's a bit of trivia for you. It was the very first place. This little city here was the very first place I visited in the Philippines. But actually, I think we were down south of the town, the city, where I stayed. I'll have a look up there in a sec, Paul. Now, there's two things I'd love to be able to get behind for the Philippines. One is your reefs, and I have talked to Julie about this. I want to get into diving, and I'd love to be over there. Hello, Kim. I would love to be over there diving, doing videos, and I've always wanted to do underwater photography. One of the biggest things, and this one's for Nolia, Darwin is well known for its diving and a lot of the species of animals that they find. Actually, Finn Snow has just moved to Darwin. Him and Sherlin have moved down there. It's been on there. I watch him a lot, his channel, and the Critter Hunter, which is also in Darwin. He's an American. Well, we'll have to just try and find something else. But I would love to get behind diving, trying to actually promote diving to the world, to change the face and the stigma of the Philippines or any Asian country and turn it around, because most of the time people think of Southeast Asia, they think of the women. It's sad, but it is the way it is. I've got a beautiful Filipino. I fell in love with the people. Oh, nice. And Angelina, I'm good, Paul. How are you? Yeah, I'd love to do as much as I can for the Philippines. Whether it's getting the awareness out, because my God, and I don't mean to use his name in vain because I know that yous are very religious. Yous have got some of the most fantastic briefs in these videos that I have been seeing, and it could be such. My kids. Kids will be kids, Paul. You can't change that. I yell at my son all the time. But here is a very... Okay, now, question for you guys. Where was the very first... And most people may Google this. Where was the very first marine park put in the Philippines? I told Julie this one. This is part of your... it's not a well-known piece of history, but it is a bit of history. The first marine sanctuary placed in the Philippines. And it actually wasn't Manila. Nope. Not Manila. It actually was done very recently. Like 1982, I think it was the first marine sanctuary put in the Philippines. And the funny thing is, Chicago, I think it is, Chicago Aquarium has modeled that reef, or one of those reefs, in their, at that point in time back in the 80s, it was one of the largest saltwater aquariums actually done in the world. And it was modeled on a Filipino reef. And I've actually snorkeled it, not even realizing. Maria, welcome, Paul. Here we go. It's actually down in your area, Nolan. was down in Upper Island. This section right here was the very first marine sanctuary put in the Philippines. And in Chicago, there is an aquarium that modeled that a section of that reef to showcase to the world. Now that's amazing. The fact that something like that from the Philippines was showcased to the world as one of the very first saltwater marine tanks, or whatever you want to call it, in a you think of ocean worlds and stuff like that. It's just amazing. It blows my mind when I found out about that. It blows my mind. Got a name. Oh God, here we go. Now these no, not Obso. Upper Island. I actually, when I went there for the very first time to Dumaguete, we went over to Upper Island snorkeling, and it was amazing. Bloody hell. I had absolutely amazing time at Upper Island snorkeling. We paid for it for 2 days afterwards because I got severe. My video comes up. Okay, which one? I paid for it for 2 days afterwards because I got severely sunburnt, because sitting on top of the water I had no shirt on, so my back got completely fried. But it was worth it. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you want to see some of the here you go. Oh, this live. Here we go. This gives you a bit of history on Upper Island. Go and search the Critter Hunter after this, and he's got a video 4 months ago about Upper Island, and it talks about the marine sanctuary and how they stopped dynamite fishing and all that sort of stuff. And it's a very common practice that's still getting done over in the Philippines, is dynamite fishing and stuff like that. And it took them 3 years to get that marine sanctuary put through, and now there's more and more marine sanctuaries going around the Philippines, and I would love people to get behind them and support them, and make them well known that how great your marine sanctuaries are, your reefs and all this sort of stuff, and get it out in the world. Because what a lot of people don't realize is the tourism will benefit everyone. Foreigners coming in will bring money. Like, okay, here's a little bit of information, and it's absolutely amazing when you come to think about it. In Victoria, in Australia, they put out some statistics quite a few years back. All right, I did bow hunting, and I still enjoy doing it if I ever had a chance to get out and hunting feral animals with my compound bow. Now, the state's income from tourism, number one was the the Formula One cars in Melbourne for once a weekend. 2 days, it raised like $50 million for the city. which is a lot of money. But the second thing, and this is what I would love to drive home to anyone, the second thing was hunting. Because it's legal to hunt on public land down there, in bushland. Like, you can't walk around the streets and shoot something, but you got to be in designated areas. But it was like $20 million a year was brought in from hunting in Victoria. Now, when you think about it, right, I'll put it in terms for you guys, right? Now, you think about $50 million coming in for just Manila, all right, for 2 days. You think, meh, wow, it's Manila. I don't actually see any of that money. Now, with the hunting, that was for the regional areas, for all the country towns. So, if you put it in that perspective for the Philippines, hunting would be benefiting the provinces, all the far out of the way areas where no one really goes. It wouldn't be in a big major city. It would be in the smaller towns. So you think about it this way. Now, because I'm down here on this area of the map, I'm going to use Dumaguete for this analogy. All right. So they would make, like, say, hunting, right? They will fly out of Manila, that land on a province down in Negros Orion, land in Dumaguete because that's one of the major airports, and they would probably head straight this way. They'll head up through Valencia into the regional areas. Now, that's going to benefit a lot of people. Now, with saying all that, like, with your reefs, there's over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. Nearly every island has got a reef somewhere. If you looked after your reefs and you got behind that, and they started coming back, and they started becoming beautiful again. Like, I understand people need fish. Fish is life, not as much as rice and coconut. But, like, if people could understand that you need the reef to sustain fish, because when it comes to a marine sanctuary, the fish grow up, more predator fish come in, so the fishermen have got a chance of getting bigger fish as the populations regrow and repopulate. But you also get a healthy reef. So, like, I know Darwin is a diving area, right? But let's say, like, Julie didn't really know this, but up in Subic, up here, Subic area is known for World War II boat wrecks. There's like 30 odd boat wrecks in around the Subic area. They bring in fish and stuff like that. Now, what if, say, you were up in Santa Cruz up here, and there was I don't know if it's known as a diving spot, we wouldn't have a clue. Say there's a nice reef here, and you could get it out to the world, the diving world, saying, hey, look, come and check out this reef. Yous have overlooked it. Well, now yous are going to bring the tourists to your area. And I don't know, most people are not going to really enjoy this live because I'm just dribbling on about stuff, and these are my personal beliefs, these are my opinions, and no one needs to listen to it or pay attention to it, but there's so much history in the Philippines. It's amazing. There's a lot that that the Philippines has to offer to the world. Honestly, it really does. Now, I understand that Filipinos are very happy with the fact that they enjoy the simple things in life. Geocache mate, all done. Okay, so apparently that's going to be the website. So the not website. It's going to be the channel. Me and my brother will be doing it. We'll be both making videos and uploading them and stuff like that. And I will share it with you guys on my channels and stuff like that, so you guys can watch. It'll be interesting. So John and I will sort that out. Now, I'll talk more about the channel as we make it. Like, the Filipinos are very happy with a simple life. Most are very happy with the fact that they don't have a lot, but they can find enjoyment. Now, I had a look at how to make a geocache the other day. There's a button there that you can, well, there's a section there when you make it, you can actually pick whether the basic people, which is the free, or the premium can find it. I believe that everyone should be making them basic, so the free version can do this. Now, I'm going to make videos of this and I'm going to put them up. I'll share it with you guys and show you the fun in finding it and the frustration, because I've actually come across a couple of geocaches I could never find. But this can take you to some amazing places. You can literally make a whole... If we could get everyone behind this, you'd be surprised in how many geocaches you would have around the Philippines. Like, there is 110 million people plus in the Philippines. That's massive. That's absolutely massive. Now, if you got the Philippines, all these islands, you got all these islands, and you squished them up. Alright? This is Queensland. When people don't realise how big Australia is. You got the 7,000 islands of the Philippines, and you squished them all up into a landmass, you would fill 5 times of the Philippines nation in Queensland. So this is Queensland here. Down here, this is the border. If you squished all the islands up, you would get 5 Philippines in Queensland. That's how big Australia is. Like, a lot of people don't understand how big Australia is. It is the largest island in the world. And when you think about it, our population in Australia is only 26 plus million. So you've got 5 times more people in the Philippines than what we have in the whole of Australia. And yet we can fit 5 times the Philippines in one of our states. From the top here, Cape York, down to the bottom border to New South Wales would take you more than a day to drive. That's how long it takes. A lot of people think, oh, an hour or 15 minutes of driving the Philippines is a long time, or a 5-hour trip or like that. Like, you go through province after province after province. You go to Europe and you can drive through multiple countries in a 5-hour period. But over here, this is what I was going to show you. This is Bali. Alright, this is the Bali Island. Everybody thinks it's in a country and all that sort of stuff. But it's part of the Indonesian archipelago. That's a big word for the night. Archipelago. Now, let's search this. Search this area. That is all the geocaches in Bali. Now, if you decided, and I've said this in previous lives, my 3 picks for the Philippines, if I was a Filipino to travel to, would 3 different countries. 1, Indonesia, Bali, Indonesia, South Korea, and Vietnam. They are would be, if I was a Filipino, they would be my 3 picks for traveling to another country. So you think about it. You could literally, if you got into geocaching, you could fly down to Indonesia and go to Bali. Like I think last time I looked at it, from Manila to Bali was a 4-hour flight. Yeah, I have actually looked at it and thought about it. I think about a lot of different things. But I would love to get this. No, grabbing the word still fall for me. That's because you keep tripping over your own feet. Like, there's some amazing places where you can go and find caches and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do some. We're gonna start up a second channel. Me and my brother. He's got a channel. I've got a channel. But we're gonna start up a channel just for geocaching. And we'll put videos up there, and I'll share them onto the page so you guys can have a look. And it's a bit of fun because it can take you to places that you would never think of before to go and visit and thing. The funny thing is, I said it to Julie this afternoon. Geocaching and actually, it's frozen up, so I don't actually know what people are writing right now because my chat thing has frozen up. That's alright, I'll keep going. Photography and geocaching actually go really good together because, especially here in Australia, there's so many caches around. You never know that I could be taking a photo somewhere and doing a video of a photo, and then all of a sudden stop and go and do a video of finding a cache. I'm trying to think of ways of doing the photos. Like, I don't want to give away I don't think I've really got a good laugh, but yeah, thank you for that. It's been a while since I've had a decent laugh. I've really missed these lives. A lot of the regular people that are always on my lives are here tonight, and that's great to see. Very much appreciated. Thank you everyone for your support. But yeah, I wanted to talk about geocaching tonight to see what your opinions were of me putting geocaching on the channel. And geocaching, or starting just a complete and utter different channel with my brother. He's supportive of my channel and he's watching tonight. As you can see, he's popped in the comments a couple times. So I'm definitely going to make some videos, and whether I put some up on the channel or I just share it onto the page for you guys to have a look at the video on the other channel when we start it up or whatever, I'll leave it up to you guys. Like, I don't want to bring too many different people into the channel that are not gonna be around for everything. It's a very hard thing to think of. Like, I bring in geocaching, that's going to be a different demographic of people compared to what I've got with my others. So that's why You pitch me and you together. Okay. So, but there are some amazing caches out there, and yeah, I just wanted to see what your thoughts were. I'd love to get you guys doing it. So what was I did say I would get back, and hang on, I'm just scrolling back through the feed. Okay, so I'm just going to search one location. Not really. It's going to be hard to see whether it's. Nope, that was the wrong one. Damn it. No, that was the wrong one. Why do you have so many of the same towns in so many different provinces? Makes it hard. Okay, let's try this one again. I am not the best typer, not the best speller, so... Okay, it wasn't that one, so I'm guessing this one. Nope. Let's... Wow. That's 3 different provinces with the same name. Oh, same town, I should say, not same name, same town. Okay, here we go. So, Buzilda, this one was for you, my dear. Christine, welcome, Paul. Thanks for coming. No, you're not late. Oh, I don't really know too many pickup lines for geographically for geographic pickup line or something like that. Whoops. So San Antonio. This one is for Wazilda. I know she's still watching, so you've actually got a couple in your area. So you've got one over here. I am not even going to try and butcher these names because there's no way in hell I would be able to say them properly. So you got one there, one on the other side of that lake. You got one up here, which is an earth catch. Now, these are a little bit harder to do. They require you to go to there and answer some questions, take a photo or something like that, and then send it to the person which is Danger, that placed this catch back in 2016. So there's a little bit to do for them ones, but it is what it is. And yeah, like there are some caches in your area, which is good. We'll zoom out a little bit. And let's... So yeah, there's about 4 in your area. And then if you go over further, there's a couple more. But this is the thing. If you guys made more and more and got them out there, it'd be amazing. Because I could spend my whole time in the Philippines just chasing caches. And that's the thing. The moment you start going to other places and start doing geocaches, you get little souvenirs saying, hey, you just went to this place and you went to that place. So up here in the corner, you can actually see I've only got 36 because I started a while back, but I stopped doing it, and then I started doing it again and doing it. But I do really enjoy it. Like, I don't know whereabouts it is. I think it's. I don't even know. Ah, there we go. There's actually, down in the Antarctic, there's actually some geocaches that people have actually put on the most southernest continent on the planet. So, not too many people actually get to log those ones. It's a very slim personnel that get to do it, but hey, it's a thing. Good old Thailand. Let's go to Thailand. Bangkok. Not showing up. Why are you not showing up? For some reason the catches are not showing up for me. Search this area. They show it here. Ah. It's not showing them up. Maybe I just need to refresh. Try that. Oh, no. We got taken back to there. I don't want to go back to there. Nope. Ah, here we go. Wow. So, here we go. This is something interesting for you guys. Now, these people have actually made geocache series. Made one look like an aeroplane, and then God only knows what they're trying to do with this, but yeah, these are just different things people do. There's one in Australia where someone made a dinosaur or something like that. But there's heaps of geocaches here in Thailand. Absolutely heaps. Yeah, you could spend ages just going, well, I'm going to go and go here, wherever, and yeah, so this is one thing I'd like to do is just geocache around the world. It'd be a great thing to do. One day I will go to Thailand, but I'd rather go to Vietnam, Cambodia, more so. So where are we? Why is everything so damn hard to find? Yeah, I know Vietnam. Saigon. Well, Ho Chi Minh City, so I don't know why Saigon came up, but so there's not so many in Vietnam, but hey, there's plenty in Thailand. But I'll still take my time and travel these different areas, and it is what it is. Hanoi, there's a few there in one of the capitals, or one of the larger cities. I don't know which one's the capital, which one's not. So, I don't mean to have bored everyone tonight. Thanks for coming for the live and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted people's opinion, and we can probably talk about it on the post that I made this morning. Drop comments on it. What you thought about the idea of geocaching, getting involved in it in the Philippines, and what your ideas are. So I'd love to make it a big thing in the Philippines, but the Filipino people need to get behind it to make it big. Um, it can be some very free entertainment. It really could be. Like I talked to Julie about it briefly the other day, and I'll just go back to Cebu, and this is no, not Cebu, Subic. This is just an idea that I had. Was I know Filipino people love going to resorts, so I'd love to make like a little trail up the west coast, up along here, and just put caches all the way along, all the way up. Just go and spend some time traveling up along the west coast. San Felipe, San Antonio up there, and all that, just making a way in resorts along this way, and putting little caches and little things, and it just could be an interesting thing. Like you find one really nice resort, and I'd make sure it was a cheap one that you could get into and stuff like that. And yeah, it's ideas that I've got, but in the coming days, weeks, whatever it may be, look out for some videos about geocaching, whether I put them on my channel or I share them from the other channel with my brother. So all that being said, I'm going to leave it at there tonight, guys. Please jump on the post that I did this morning and let me know your thoughts on geocaching, your thoughts on the ideas that I had about the Philippines with the reef and the reefs. Geocaching, trying to make it bigger. I got a lot of love for the Philippines, I really do. And I'd love to give something to the Philippines and give different light to the Philippines for travelers to come to. So they're just thoughts that run through my head while I'm at work. And in saying that, I'm going to leave it at that tonight, and hopefully I can get some videos up soon for you guys, some more photos, get back into the rhythm things, and not be so absent as like I have been of late with work and stuff. So I do apologise for that, and yeah, I'll see you on the next live. Hopefully the next live will be editing one, maybe, or another chill one. I actually quite enjoyed this chill, just sitting there talking and listening to the comments, having a conversation with everyone. So thanks for coming, thanks for joining, thanks for sharing, and don't forget, jump over to the Facebook page and let me know your thoughts on the post today of geocaching, and let me know what you think. So alright guys, take it easy, have a good night, stay safe, give your loved ones a kiss and cuddle for me, from my family to your family, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Oh,